Hotep Senuhena Senuti Tiren Ishakanugu Kemet. I hope you're doing well. Let me check the sound first of all. Oh, hold on. Okay. Microphone check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Good. Loud and clear. Have you ever heard the saying, don't start now, won't be now?
And it's like with what's his name? Shaka Ndugu Kim. He's another slow person. So he on a video not too long ago was up there, Asar going around saying he's a linguist. And then when you go to these other sites, they don't introduce him as a linguist and all that other kind of stuff. Where are they getting this information from? They're getting it from my website. It's like, why does a computer programmer, a computer, and all this, he never introduces himself as such? Again, people in this community don't like to read. So, for example, let me share my screen again for the Shaka and Dugu Kimmits out there. Shaka, when I'm invited to speak on anybody's platform or at any conference or any workshop that the community may ask me to speak, they always ask me for a bio. And I always refer them to my webpage. And how does my webpage start? Asar Imhotep is a software developer, cultural theorist, and Africana researcher in Texas, who talks the cultural and linguistic and philosophical links between the ancient Egyptian civilization and modern Bantu cultures of Central and South Africa. He's currently continuing his education in computer science with a concentration in artificial intelligence. I go with some publications and some awards I've won, some places I've spoken at, et cetera, and what my interests are and what it's on the page. And I need for those of you to verify this, because this bio that I have all the people go to, and they just pick and choose what they want to put when they invite me to speak. And for those of you who, for example, have Aluja Volume 1 or Where is the Love or Nesubiti, all of you can attest that I have usually at the beginning of the books, you're not going to see it in this printed copy, but it will be in there. What I give a bio, and all of those words and everything is in the text. So if anybody can verify at the beginning of those books that I have what you see there, there's only one change in one of them because one has computer programmer. And although I can do computer programming, I'm more so a software developer because I develop software that engages with the operating system more so than the coding, the things of that nature. And so that's why I changed it to software developer. But you're either going to see computer programmer or software developer, and then you're still going to see the same thing: cultural theorist and Africana studies researcher, da 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 da. And so Black Panther says, yep, it's on the website and it's in your books. So this is what I'm talking about. People don't read and just want to make up arguments all the time.
Does it look like I took a L, brothers and sisters? This guy is actually confirming that he's been a fraud. He's confirming that throughout his books and on his website, he was very careful not to put linguist. However, he's been running around for many years saying that he was a linguist. Well, it might look like I took a L, but despite what he says, and for those who don't know, with this video here, where he himself said he was just venting, when you address other people, he will play what they said. When you address Marsh Rockwell, he played what they said. Here, he didn't play what I allegedly said, and he gives his narrative. That's fine. There's one thing that Asar Imhotep forgot to tell you, though, is that he is also a historian. Did you know that, brothers and sisters? Not only he used to claim that he was a linguist, but also a historian. I saw a video where he was introduced with many titles, including Egyptologist. He didn't say anything while the person was speaking. After he was introduced, he didn't say, "Well, actually, I'm not an Egyptologist." He was happy with that. But we're going to deal with what he said himself. This is just a preview for tomorrow. Just a preview. Just an appetizer for tomorrow.
Alrighty. As mentioned before, I go by the name of Asar Imhotep. Some others may know me by Ifamuyiwa Fagbimi in terms of my Yoruba name. I am a historian and anthropological linguist, uh, an artist, poet, photographer, you know, music producer, soon to be filmmaker, and a host of other things I like to dabble in seriously.
Dang. Ay caramba. Or in the words of his student, Jesus. You know his student?
Come on, bro. Why you can't be balanced for one day? Jesus. Oh, man. And then
Now, I want you to look at something. That video he made, he addressed several people. He even talked about hate, people hating on him. He's going around making all these pseudo claims. And when people don't agree, either they don't understand or they have comprehension issue. And greetings to you, Big. And now, the latest stuff is like hate, people hating. But look at the end of his venting.
I'm like people think I came out of this community, and he gave me Theophilo Binga's number. Bay 2. That's where he gave me. That's where I met Mario Beatty. That's where he gave me Theophilo Binga's number.
Look at his eyes.
That's where I called Theophilo Binga, and he and I had a conversation. And the first thing that he told me, because I was in school
Look at his eyes.
for computer information systems, that I should submit it because of my software development background. All that was put into the conversation of the 2019 text.
Look at his eyes. Damn, man, don't cry.
19 text.
Damn, man, don't cry. I'm thinking that maybe he's realizing that there's some stuff I said, and some people know it's not accurate at all. Some of you just arrived. Some of you need the visual. Not only he's been claiming to be a linguist, but it was so long it did not all fit in. Gonna delete that. Delete that. Put the comment again. So he said that he's a historian, an anthropological. I forgot the T. Well, anthro, an anthropological linguist, as well as being an artist, a poet, a photographer, a music producer, soon to be filmmaker, and a host of other things. But damn, historian. So then that's probably where Garfield got his, bachelor in history thing. Some people feel like they need to give themselves some titles. Did you know that he used to claim that he was a historian? Did you hear it?
Alrighty. As mentioned before, I go by the name of Asar Imhotep. Some others may know me by Ifamu Yiwa Fagbimi in terms of my Yoruba name. I am a historian and anthropological linguist, uh, an artist, poet, photographer, you know, music producer,
Hmm.
soon to be filmmaker, and a host of other things I like to dabble in seriously.
You see the way the host was laughing? I laugh. It's like, that's a bit much. I don't believe you. Stop it. Now, so starts off by saying that, I stated that he's running around saying he's in English, but it doesn't say that when he's not introduced as an English, and now he's like, oh, but that's what it says on my website. That's what it says in my book. What the heck? Did he run around saying that he wasn't a linguist for all these years? This is not the first time he said he's a linguist, but it's the first time I hear him say that he was a historian. What kind of historian was he? Was he a historian just like he is allegedly a linguist? When I tell you these guys are frauds, man. Garfield said that's his master teacher. Garfield said he has a bachelor's degree in history. We haven't seen the degree. Apparently, there's two different names in two different fields. Any of you heard about Sahim or Fake being a historian? Have you ever seen his degree that gives him the credential to be a historian? Or did he make that up? So he's going to vent for how long did he vent for? 1 hour, 20 minutes? And he's going to deal with one word, ghost. He went from ghost word to ghost entry. But when we deal with Kim, they say, well, we don't have the determinative of the man. When we show the determinative of the man, well, there's no determinative for the color. They were very nitpicky then. He went for 1 hour about that ghost stuff and maybe a thing or two, but and he took all that time trying to put a big emphasis about what I said. This is what I was talking about. The dude's been a fraud. I'm a historian, an anthropological linguist. I don't mind the rest. Artist, poet, photographer, music producer, soon to be filmer. I don't mind that. But the dude said, I'm a historian. We have Love Me from the places. What do you think about that, Love Me Fro? What's your take on that? Did you hear that? Some of you just arrived. Let me play it. It's 38 seconds.
Alrighty. As mentioned before, I go by the name of Asar Imhotep. Some others may know me by Ifamu Yiwa Fagbimi in terms of my Yoruba name. I am a historian and anthropological linguist, uh, an artist, poet, photographer, music producer,
Hmm.
soon to be filmmaker, and a host of other things I like to dabble in seriously.
And I suspect that's why at the end of his venting, he looks like he's crying. You know the movie Friday? He's crying in a car. He didn't go to cry in a car. Not like he's gonna cry in the car. He was already in the car. I think he got to realize, damn, I talked all that talk and I have, I have all these claims behind me, all this baggage. He's the one who's doing this to himself. Love me for road, love me for road. I don't want to say anything, but he just got on my nerves. He can't just come to the public and say, well, I was wrong with all those claims I made during all these years. So this is a guy who plagiarizes, is not addressing it, stealing people's work in different languages from different books. This is the guy who have claimed to be a linguist for all these years, but he even claimed to be a historian. Those are the guys who will tell you about his integrity. So, what is he going to say? Is he going to say that he was possessed and he didn't mean to say that? Is he going to try to say that this is some video software editing? Is he going to say that it's like Hollywood type of quality video editing? Is he going to say that it's hate? Is he going to say that I'm hating on him? So basically, he can just make pseudo claims, linguistic acrobatics, linguistic gymnastics, be condescending, disrespectful towards our elders, dead or alive. But if I point at him fraudulently claiming another title that he hasn't heard, unless he earned it, it's a bit funny that he doesn't mention it lately. So when the issue of linguists came out, him and his groupie cheerleader made a live stream. Is Asar him or fake a linguist? Now, are they going to make a live stream? Is Asar him or fake a historian? He might say, well, Theo Varmenga doesn't have a degree in history. Man, this conscious community, man, these are your heroes. These are your heroes. He might tell you, brothers and sisters, I forgot to tell you actually. I have so many degrees, I forgot to mention the one in history. There's so many titles. He's a historian. That's his titulary. That's just a preview for what's coming tomorrow. He has some explaining to do now. But he's going to say that's hate. He's going to say people hating on me. He can make all the claims he wants. That's good. That's cool. He gets a pass. Did you know I actually heard him say now apparently at one point he was making lectures or presentation in ASCAC on a regular basis. But I'm not going to trip on that. On a regular basis. I'm like, all right, maybe. So looks like pseudo is the new black. Brothers and sisters, you can give yourselves any title you like. Linguist, historian, you name it. It flies. It flies like the English word fly. Have you heard it?
Fly in English is the same word, except we don't have the prefix sound in there in the word fly. And so the word, the phoneme R is now L in English, and the P sound is F, in English. It's just simply the word. It's a very old word. It's all in Indo-European. It's in every African language.
I wonder what he's going to say now. Peace, Mac Money. I don't think you heard that one, Mac Money. Sahimo Fake forgot to tell the people that he's actually a historian on top of being a linguist.
Alrighty, as mentioned before, I go by the name of Asar Imhotep. Some others may know me by Ifa Muyiwa Fagbimi in terms of my Yoruba name. I am a historian and anthropological linguist. an artist, poet, photographer, you know, music producer,
Hmm.
soon to be filmmaker, and a host of other things I like to dabble in seriously.
So maybe soon he's going to critique works of historians. He's already critiquing the work of linguists, allegedly, apparently. He will critique the works of Picasso and all the other famous painters. He's going to critique, the work of famous photographers. Going to critique the beats of Dr. Dre and Timbaland and Swiss Beats, and he's going to critique the movies of George Lucas, Francis Ford Coppola, and all the Martin Scorsese, and all these other famous people. He's gonna say it's hate. Is he gonna say it's hate? I think at the end of his venting, he knew, oh man, I done started something I'm not ready for. And that's why it looks like this. See that? I talk all that talk, aggravated. My lies are catching up with me. And now I'm ready to cry in the car. Love me for saying, but when he said that, ask him. Ask him. Feel free to ask him. He has answers for everybody. And then he makes a E.T. said, E, how you doing? Now, brother, I don't think you've seen this one. I didn't tell you anything earlier. I wanted, to focus on what we're doing, but check this out, yo. He forgot to tell the people that he's a historian as well.
Alrighty. As mentioned before, I go by the name of Asar Imhotep. Some others may know me by Ifamu Yiwa Fagbimi in terms of my Yoruba name. I am a historian and anthropological linguist, uh, an artist, poet, photographer, you know, music producer,
Hmm.
soon to be filmmaker, and a host of other things I like to dabble in seriously.
Down, looking left. His eyes moving like,
The conversation of the 2019 text. Beatty. That's where he gave me Theophilo Binga's number, and he and I had a conversation. Information systems. First thing that he told me, because I was software development background, was put into the conversation of the 2019 text.
dang, bro. That's not what. That's not the result I was looking for, man. You have to get it out. Most of us cry every now and then. Some people say, "Man, don't cry." It's all that stuff. That when they lose loved ones, I don't think they're always like that. So get it out. Happens to the best of us. Your lies are catching up with you. It's difficult to live a lie for lie. Love me for wrote. Okay, I get it now. It's like his name, Creator and Master of all. It's good to get it out. Get it out your chest, and then keep it pushing. But you can free yourself by just coming clean and saying, okay, this was a lie, that was a lie, and so on. But these lies are heavy. You carry those lies for all those years. You have to make up for those lies. cannot think freely. He wrote why. The title of his video is "Why I Don't Engage the Conscious Community Much," and he's like, I'm not going to deal with. It's difficult when you have all this, all these lies over the years. Historian, from where? They're going to say it's head. They're going to hate. They're going to say, "Oh, I'm obsessed with the dude." Don't start. No one won't be known. Don't start. No one won't be known. He's almost acting like he did not claim for many years that he was an linguist. Like we don't have him on record, on tape, like I just played. It's not the only instance. So, like I said, it's just an appetizer. It's just a preview of what's to come tomorrow. Told him he's welcome. I don't really expect him to come. If he wants to, he's welcome. If he doesn't come, it's all good. Love Me for Road. Well, who else is listening to him aside from CC? Is it Conscious Community? Well, Ascak apparently, Ascak didn't invite him once, but Happy Films, we have several scholars, and Dr. Jahi Isai is part of his team. The Butler is part of his team. Willie Lynch Wuja is his number one yes man, as Smash has said. I never heard Willie Lynch Wuja say once that he disagreed with all those claims.
Allah, and this is where I would disagree with Brother Shaka, is actually in the Egyptian text.
Allah is in the Egyptian text.
The god Allah is an indigenous African god.
The god Allah is an indigenous African god.
These Hebrews, come from and who they are specifically, because based upon my research, these are African people.
Hebrews are African people.
This is how we know that the Hebrews, first of all, you got to understand that Hebrew is an African language.
Hebrew is an African language?
Then when you do a linguistic analysis, you understand that the Hebrew language is cognate with the Yoruba language.
Hebrew language is connected with the Yoruba language. Lovely was asking, who's the butler? The butler is a dude who for 30 years has been serving tea and coffee to the master teachers. He carried their bags, their umbrellas, their coats. He went to get them food. He drove them around. He was the secretary of the elders of the community. And he keeps saying, for 30 years, and 30 years I've been doing this, I've been doing that. He has no platform. He has no book. Has no organization. He's just hating on some community people. So that's the butler. He's very vulgar as well. If he's upset at you, he's going to tell you, F you, F you, F you. And then he will talk about character and morals and ma'at and scholarship. So, brothers and sisters, tomorrow we will see more playing some our brother, historian, anthropological linguist, Asar, him of fake. Stay safe, stay healthy, and if I am allowed to, by the nature, I will definitely holler back at you, Hotep.
Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving middle nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, Before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody is interested in learning the Meta Nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Neture classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class. And all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Neture class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/ma'atforever.